Toffee TV is the instant match reaction to Everton 4, Hull City 0. Another fantastic victory for the Blues at Goodison Park. 6 in a row. All the talk before the game was all about this fella, Romelu Lukaku, and all the talk after the game about this fella, Romelu Lukaku. Obviously, he started the game, no issues whatsoever with the player, no boos, nothing. If anyone had any contempt for him, then it was silence from them fans. But mostly it was positive, as most fans know. It's just time to get on with it and get to the end of the season and then see what happens, which is obviously the right attitude, and we'll see what happens. I think the media wanted a storm, but as always, Evertonians haven't given them. Probably one of the reasons why the media don't like us is that we don't really give people that many storms to, or that many stuff to write about. So obviously Garner came in for Gareth Barry. Dominic Calvert-Lewin came in for Kevin Morales, whose wife has just had a baby. So I think that was probably well, it was, because he wasn't on the bench, was he? So good positive start. Went 1-0 up quite early. I think it was in the 8th minute. Fantastic ball by Ross Barkley. Lovely cross by Tom Davies, and a lovely little knock in by Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who atoned for his miss, if you remember, against Hull at 2-2 at their place. But then I think it just went a bit weird then. We never got the second early enough. And the way they played actually stopped us from playing. They played with 3 at the back. They played with wing backs, and that stopped Seamus Coleman getting forward. It stopped Calvert-Lewin getting forward. He was sort of getting stuck in midfield, which didn't really help him. And obviously then Sneijder went off with an injury, which sort of broke up our tempo. And they were trying to hit us on the break all the time with a bit of success, actually. And you know, we got very lucky when Ashley Williams headed the ball back, and they chipped the keeper and just went over. And for a good hour, I thought we were quite sloppy. I thought we were quite slow. The manager changed it. He brought Funes Mori and tried to play in a little bit more of a 3 at the back. It didn't really, by that point in the game, I think Hull had their tails up a little bit without actually doing anything. Don't get me wrong, they didn't really do anything. But that's not the point, is it? They stopped us from playing, and it unsettled us a little bit. They kept us quiet. And it was getting a bit nervy, actually, in that second half. They were starting to get a few more set pieces. And obviously, and when I say nervy, we fall into the trap ourselves as fans. They've got the Romelu Lukaku situation. Well, the West Brom game was actually, it was weird. It was a double-edged sword, because West Brom had won, so that got them closer to us. But Arsenal got beat, so the idea of winning the game suddenly become a pressure on itself, knowing that if we won the game, I mean, if we scored 6, we would have gone above Arsenal. But the idea of winning the game, getting the same points as Arsenal, going above Man United, I think that got us a little bit nervy, because we're not very good at that. And I've said this before, we've been bottlers in the past when we've had big chances to go above teams. So maybe that was weighing on the minds of fans rather than players. Got us a little bit nervy. But obviously, I suppose a big turning point in the game was the sending off of Huddleston. Now, where I was sitting in the glasses, it looked a straight red. It looked like he'd done him, high on the leg. But having watched the replay, I suppose he's a little bit unlucky. But if the referee was getting the sort of the point of view I was getting, then it did look like a red. I don't know. It was just a weird way he planted his foot, I suppose. And that sort of changed the game. That took the steam out of Hull, who was starting to get a little bit more into the game, sensing at 1-0 they could still grab something. They had a lot of pace on the pitch, starting to worry us a little bit. But obviously things didn't turn out. We started getting a couple more chances. Lukaku started getting a couple more. He went on a couple of runs. One he put over and one he made the keeper make a good save. And then obviously we brought Valencia on, sensing that we had to push for that second goal. And a lovely little combination between him and Romelu Lukaku. Lovely ball by Rom. And a good finish by Valencia. And it makes you question whether, imagine if Rom had a player up front with him all the time, what we could do. Maybe we need better players for that, but I think that's where Rom will go up another level. Obviously that made it 2-0. Still plenty of time. Lukaku getting on the end of a Valencia cross pass this time made it 3 with a lovely finish, and then getting onto a back pass. in the last minute to go around the keeper and make it 4. And might have been a little bit harsh on Hull, who I thought played well, pressed well, don't lacked any kind of clinical edge. I thought Maguire played very well at the back for us, maybe one to keep an eye on as we're looking for a centre back, because I thought at the back we looked, well, we've got no pace for a start, have we? So we looked a bit dodgy. But you know, with the Lukaku goals came the interesting sort of things that we were looking for. And obviously, the crowd sung his name. He was, you know, the first goal, you know, we celebrated with the fans. The second goal, we started blowing kisses to the guys. He's almost like saying, while I'm here, I'm going to do everything I can for you. And in this game, I think he did. You know, he set one up and scored 2. And then at the end of the game, took his shirt off, came to the Gladys to give it to a lad in the Gladys Street. Now, I'll be interested to see how this gets spun, because I know certain papers will spin that. But I think that was more, to me, that seemed like more of a thank you for sticking with them. A lot was made of his interview he did this week. You know, the interview, I think, has helped the situation in a perverse way, because fans have got behind them after that. So it was almost like a thank you to the Gladys Street. Thank you for staying with me and not booing me, not getting on me back. You know, he's now top goal scorer in the Premier League, and that's what we want. We want him to. I want him to finish with 30 goals. You know, 2 huge games coming up now against Liverpool and Man United. Go and write yourself into Everton history. Go and score a winner at Anfield. Go and grab a goal at Man United. Make yourself a hero, no matter what happens. You know, these are the games to do it in. You know, if you scored the winning goal at Anfield, Ron, you will be loved forever, no matter what happens. So I'm glad it went the way it was today. I hope that continues to the end of the season. We're now in 6th place for 24 hours. We're level with Arsenal, and that's the way we should be pushing out. April is absolutely huge. It's going to be a massive test for us. The big downside of today was Schneiderlin getting that injury, and Koeman's not positive about it. That's a big week we come back to. Liverpool, Man United and Leicester. That's a huge week. And we need him back for it. So we'll wait and see. That was the only negative. Injuries happen. And we'll wait and see what happens with that. But big 3 points today. We're in the mix. That's all we could have asked for. 6 wins out of 6. It was a good day. Let's hope there's plenty more to come. Don't forget, get your comments in. The best ones will get on your comment show on Monday. Look, keep an eye out for Baz's instant reaction and his player ratings for today. Let me just quickly say as well, before we finish, I thought Ross, again, today was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Some of the little things he did were just wonderful. Let's get that contract sorted now. Yeah. And let's get Rom's contract sorted. Let's offer him £200,000 a week. Fuck it. Go and do it. Go on. He's worth. This kid's worth it. Do you know what I mean? Let's do it. Thanks for watching Toffee TV. We'll see you later.